Oh, hi everyone. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Basically, I cannot escape doing general repair jobs. I have found one landed on my desk. So, unfortunately, well, the good thing about this keyboard, it's already been replaced once, so it doesn't have rivets, but I have to just put in 50 screws. Um, I'm kind of bored, so I will be streaming it, just because, to keep me motivated a little bit. So I'm going to start here in 1 second here. Once I could find where I put something, and we'll get to work, and hopefully this will work. This board, this 4924, I think this board, um, this had an issue with no keyboard, but trackpad, or the keys would be jumbled. The keyboard's already been replaced, trackpad's been replaced once, so the keyboard connector didn't want to fit nicely, so I decided just to buy a new keyboard and replace it. So I think the issue on these boards, I've seen a couple of them with this issue, or with boot looping. Um, these two ICs, I don't know if you could see it. Let me find them. You could see where the Flux is. But there are two like SM bus controllers. Come on, focus. Where are they? They are up here, right in this area. There's two micro BGA chips. I replaced those, so we're going to see if this works. They're both SM bus controllers and I2C chips, so all the data lines for the keyboard runs through them. So I'm guessing that's where the issue was on this. No liquid damage, just random failure. So we will see. And I need to get this done, so. Hi Wayne and Cormac. How are you guys doing? Let me find something. I have to have something to drink. So, alright, so it begins. The most annoying, I already taken the keyboard out. This is the new one, but I just decided I did not want to put it back in the other night, so I took my day off yesterday, and I am back. I've been taking some days off, so that's been nice. So this is a pain to do this. I hate it. I hate putting the small screws in, especially lining them up. I'll get my tweezers, it'll be easier. This takes a long time, so I hate general repair. I really, really hate it. I just want to do board work, but someone has to do it, so. And the screwdriver is magnetic too. Let me keep live chat in the window so I can see it. The result of the quick teardown, I'm not sure, to be honest. In my opinion, the Hakko looked actually better built. And I like the power supply in the Hakko better, but the Hakko, just the performance on is lousy. This screwdriver is magnetic too, so it makes it really hard. Magnetic screwdrivers are helpful most of the time. I was on a Chris Long video. You mean just in the live chat? Yeah. I like Chris Long's videos. Unfortunately, this stream, this is not going to be where I don't do this very often, so this is not going to be a typical video on this channel. This is just a boring one. Yeah, the Hakko, I mean, the Quick, I like the pump in the Quick. It's nicer. It's bigger. It can handle a lot more volume of air, and that really helps with the big chips. I could win a competition for general repair, and that competition would be slowest person to do it. I would win that. The quick, some of them have to be calibrated too, I've heard, or they won't work right. Mine wasn't off that bad. It wasn't that bad. I adjusted a little bit, but it's like it probably actually was correct, but then I messed with it, so now it's not correct, and I just lost a screw. It'll shoot out about 15 degrees hotter air than what I have it set at, so I usually go 430. It gives me about 450, and 450 works just wonderful. I don't like, hi Joshua. Exactly, you could feel when it's right. On certain things I go lower, and I never go higher than 430 usually, so. I want to get some screws on this edge so it doesn't sit all strange. And also with these keyboards, if you lose a few screws, if you miss a few, don't worry about it. It's totally fine because this has a lot of screws. I also managed to get backlight out without ripping it. I don't do many of these keyboards at all. I'll refer them somewhere else if I get these, but it's like, okay. Cormac, your messages are getting flagged. Yeah, you should be a moderator anyway. And Joshua, we'll make Joshua a moderator too. And Wayne. Everyone gets to be a moderator, why not? So I managed to mess up my primary ThinkPad. Well, not mess up, but I got a new trackpad for it because I didn't like the one that it had. The one that it has is that single button one with no buttons, so I got one of the ones with the buttons. And now when you use track point, it right clicks. So that's miserable to use because your hands are constantly hitting the track point button. So it'll be right clicking, and once you hit track point, it's stuck on right click forever. So you have to force shut it down to get it to work, and that's just stupid. So I see what I have to do. I'll probably have to tear it out again, and it's really a pain because the ThinkPad has gaskets for water resistance, and I put Indian head gasket sealer on all the gaskets so it wouldn't leak if I get water on it. So that's going to be even worse to take it apart. Hopefully I could solve it with drivers. That's what I'm hoping. I mean, it's an X1 carbon mouse pad, or it's the same one that's using the X1 carbon. So I don't see. I tried the driver for the X1. I tried the Alps driver. None of them seem to work. So I'm using the MacBook Pro right now, as you can see, and I don't like. It's okay. I want my ThinkPad, and then I'm using my other ThinkPad to stream, but that one has a bad battery, so it defeats the purpose of a laptop. Come on, you stupid screw, go in. Board work is like 10 times easier than this. I don't know how someone would think this is easy. I could never charge. I'm actually doing this for free because I was trying to trim the connector to make it fit, and I actually cut through a couple of the lines on the keyboard connector. And I tried to solder wires to it, but it just melted the whole connector. So, not the connector, the cable. But it happens, you know. How are you going to ban yourself for Mac? That's impossible. I thought I could trim it to get it to fit, but no. It just seemed like the connector, like when someone else changes the keyboard, I don't know, because the shop changed the keyboard, the trackpad, and the trackpad cable before sending it here. So you never know what is, you know, what keyboard they used, or if the right keyboard was used. It's always a possibility that they had a Retina keyboard in stock for like an older model, and then they try to use it on that one. It's too wide, and that could be why you're having some issues. So come on, this dumb screw won't go in. Anyone have any tips for making these screws go in easier, or is it just universally a pain? Server room? That must be nice. And I have about 20 machines coming in from wholesale, so that's going to be fun. Let me see. Could I use the scope for this? No. 100% work is Apple for me. At least MacBooks. I don't work on phones. Can't stand them. Phones are just a pain. I don't know. I tried reworking Apple iPhone boards. I bought some and tried to rework them, and yeah, that did not turn out well. I should not be allowed anywhere near an iPhone board to fix. Come on. Oh, it went in there good. I prefer, to be honest, I prefer work from other businesses, but it depends, both have their poisons. For rabbit holes, I prefer end users because they tend to be more understanding when businesses want it done really fast, so that's good. It's like this customer that I'm working on, he's understanding that it's that something's wrong with the board. It may fix the board. Now we have to change the keyboard because of the condition of the connector. The connector was bad to begin with, and I was trying to make it work, but trying to make it work just ended up making it worse. So, but you could send them back a non-working computer either way that they're, interesting apparently. Yeah, not really, Brendan. Not really at all. Look at this. These are all the screws I have to put in. Just can't even see that. Well, kind of, it's a lot. I mean, I want the soldering jobs. I don't want this. I want to solder. I want to, hot air things, not this nonsense. If you hear any strange like snoring noises, that's my dog. Come on. Go in there. There you go. It is in. Putting the battery in this machine is another story. Surprised they took it out without causing a fire. You know, Apple can try everything they want to make this unrepairable. They can try to make the keyboard riveted in so you can't get to it, but they will never succeed. Because we will always find a way to repair them. Whether or not they glue the case together, we will always find a way to repair these things. It's like, who designed 50? Who decided it was a good idea to put 50 rivets in this thing? Not even kidding. What? Be honest, that's a back room in Grandma's house? No, definitely not. I do need more room fairly shortly, though. With as many machines that are coming in, I'm not going to be able to store them. Where's ET? I'll show you ET. I'll go get ET. There's ET. That's a like an inside joke for everyone that has no idea what I'm talking about from my personal Facebook page. Come on, the screw went in here. I can't stand the screws fall into the little like the crevices in the keyboard, because that will cause your the keys will feel if it gets stuck. They won't feel right. So I need my better tweezers to get it out, and I don't know where I put those tweezers. Hopefully they're somewhere. Here they are. Up here. And I'm going to try and get that screw out. What happened to his face? He'd run into a backhoe truck? Probably. Not really. She just comes from another planet. That's all. Come on, you little screw, come on. I don't want it down there, it fell. So on the Retina keyboards, it's actually the same kind of dog from Men in Black. You don't, on any of these keyboards, the little like the crevices down here, what happened was a screw fell down into that. And you do not want a screw there, and the real challenge is getting it out. So what I'm going to do now is attempt to You have a lesbian cat, how does that work? Okay, I flung the screw out. Yes, Cormac is the same one. So this is the reason I will never offer keyboard replacements as a service. If I have to do it, fine, but I will never do it. If people want me to, just go somewhere else, you know. But I would never do this every day, you know, as a service. I don't know who anyone in the right mind would. For what you have to charge, it's ridiculous. You know, not too many people are going to pay that much for a keyboard replacement. When I can do a board repair that's easier, I enjoy it, and it does not take that long usually. I couldn't imagine the rivets, and you know, I just can't stand doing that at all. But we're making progress here. Hi, Chuck. Yeah, that's the thing. After liquid damage, it may need a keyboard. That's why I always tell them, you know, the price you're paying me is for logic board repair only and not anything else, you know. I work with local shops too, so they send me work. I could always refer a keyboard or a screen or something like that to them and just save me the frustration, because in the time that I'm doing this nonsense I could be fixing boards, you know? And that's the issue. Let me fix that, Paul. Yeah, it doesn't. Hang on, I messed up. This does not like 1080p, that's why I'm moving all funny. We'll try 1600. That seems better. Wait, what did I just do? Hey, does that look better, like zoomed in? What do you guys think? Now I gotta resize this. There, that's better. That is better. Okay. Again, why? You prefer my microscope camera view? Yes, it's for my fume extractor. I think it's 4-inch. I had to change a filter in that. It's way past due. Sorry to hear about that, Paul. So Chuck, how has your soldering been going? I know you're talking about starting, doing this, but I didn't know what came of it. I know you got an iron. Where's my phone? Just keep it close by. Wayne, your comments are usually good. Come on, make good comments. I'm busy with work. Cleared my bench and tamed the scope. I need to order a light ring at least. Yeah, you don't need the camera right now. I was gonna get a camera. It's like, why? Every time I live stream, I tend to screw stuff up. So. So I've been trying to stream once in a while. I know Lewis has not been streaming much lately, not like he used to. So could try and do some more MacBook board repair videos. I don't stream well on camera. I really don't. But like days like today, it's a pretty slow, boring day, so I said, you know what, I'll stream. Why not? The work comes in waves. I mean, it's like this week was sort of slow, but now it's going to be crazy, you know, when I have like 20 coming in. So I have a bunch here too that are. If you ever get a screw that won't thread in, leave it out. Um, because you don't. It sometimes the rivet's not all the way out. Will not harm it. Wayne, you got in a high-speed chase. Were you the one that was running from the cops, or what happened? Oh, you are a cop. Okay. Wayne, you're in Australia, right? I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go get the mail that it came, and maybe we'll have some parts or other goodies that came. So I will be back. Okay, we have you talking to me, Cormac? Wait, no. We have some goodies. That's good. I can get some repairs out. A large rat walked. Yeah. That's E.T. E.T. likes to go under my desk. Is that NFL beer? No, that's Pepsi. Excellent. This one's good. So I have a trackpad to put in. Then I have here something even better. Yeah, I like unboxing things too. Yeah, Pepsi is, we're in the USA. I'm in Southern California. Now, if I recall, we were having an issue on this board, this Retina board, that it would not turn on. Well, it was not turning on. And it was shorting on the DC in fuse. So let's take a break from this keyboard board for a few minutes. And let's go to this one real quick. So this is a 820-3332 that does not turn on. It worked for a few days, well, it worked for a couple minutes, and then it failed again. It was shorting on the DC in fuse. Remove the DC in fuse. It's on the DC in board side. Remove the DC in board, and the short was gone. So I'm going to check again with the meter, and then we need to put a DC in fuse back on this board, and hopefully this board will work. So let's see, because I don't, you know, it worked. The fan spun up, and then it didn't work. So let's Go to diode mode on the meter, and let's check for a short now that we have a new DC in board. And hopefully something isn't killing the DC in board. That's what I'm unsure about. This is that same board, Cormac. I ended up fixing it that night. The fan spun like a few seconds. Okay, so our short is gone. We've open line to ground. Okay. Oh, Cormac, don't say that, please. I'm begging you. I don't want to change an SMC today. DC infuse, where did I put it? Here we go. Here, this is a proper fuse. This is a proper fuse that will work. No, no SMC. No. That's mean. You guys are mean to say that. This is not an SMC issue. This is a person that does not know how to fix MacBook board issue. But not really. So I just placed a little bit of solder on a little cap near here, so I'm gonna just touch that up. Just a little dab of solder on each pin. And then as good as new. Now let's get our proper DC infuse. That barely fits on the board. Hakko song. Where did I put my tweezers? Here they are. So let's get our DC infused. I don't mind the beep, I really don't. It doesn't bother me. Yeah, I like the beep because it tells me, come on. Why? Why? We have no shorts, that's good. Okay, now we have to think. What is going on? Why is this happening? Why does it keep messing up the ISL? So let's look. Let's say we have to use our brain and think. I'm going to touch up these joints in the DC infuse. We do not want to apply power because if we apply power, we know we're going to mess up the DC inboard again. So I'm just going to touch up my solder joints because they look lousy. And let's think. What has a connection to the ISL, and what goes to what goes to what in the DCN circuit? So let's open up the schematic for an 820-3332. Let's find that because I don't know where it is. Schematics 3332, and let's switch to screen capture. So add display capture. Okay. Okay. So make sure I have the right screen on there. I'll wait. Okay. So we have our AC adapter in. It's going to go in the DC and fuse right here. It's going to go through R7020 to the ISL, and then it's going to go to PP1V8V5, PP18V5 DC in connector. It's going to go through a resistor. It's going to go through a diode, and then that goes to another fuse off the ISL, and that makes PP bus G3 hot. And we don't have to worry about anything right here, but something is going on, and something is killing our ISL as soon as we apply DC in voltage. So we could think that if this doesn't go through the ISL, R7020 may be bad. R7020 may be bad or missing from the board, and that's what's killing our ISL when we send voltage. Or R6990 could be bad, or the diode could be bad. I really doubt the diode. Thinking a resistor. I don't think this is going to have anything to do with our issue right here. I think it's going to be going to the ISL issue because something is killing the ISL. So let's look at what R7020 does. R7020. Okay. So this is going to go. What did I do? This is for PP bus supply, I believe. Let's follow it. So it's going to go reverse current inrush protection. That's what that's for. It's going to go through this transistor, which that's probably what the issue is. So any one of these resistors could be bad. I really doubt it. Let's look at what R7020 looks like on the board view, and we will go from there. So we'll search file. Come on. Open. Documents. 3332. Where are you? DVD. Look, search. R7020. This is going to be a shunt resistor. And where is the shunt resistor located? It's going to be on the strange part of the board on this side. It's going to be near a series of capacitors. Let's have a look at it. Looks perfectly fine. But let's measure it. I sound like a mini Lewis. What is it? What does a mini Lewis sound like? I've never heard that term before. It could be the diode. We will check it. So that's going to be a 0.02. So let me reposition my meter. I don't know how you guys get a mini Lewis. I don't know. It's strange. I'm just going to set this over here. You guys probably can't see that. sort of. So let's check what this resistor is reading, and it's perfectly fine. Or is it? Yes, it's perfectly fine. Okay. Now let's go back. So that's not our issue. R6990. So let's search. Sourcing 6990. Why does that not read? Why is that not the right number? Yeah, of course. Someone made a mistake. Okay. Why is the board view off? There's nothing in the board view that's correct. Yeah, these are Rossmann brand probes. Okay, so our board view and schematic are completely different. So let's just use our brain a little bit and look at the board view and see if we can't figure out what the Chinese people mean in the schematic when nothing matches to the numbers on the board view. So let's look. Let's look here. Let's see if we could find anything. So basically what's going on right now is the numbers, component numbers in the board view are not matching the numbers on the schematic. So that's going to complicate things. So we want this is a no stuff. There's nothing there. Or is this a no stuff? Q6970. It doesn't. There's nothing there. Q6970. That's critical when it's not on the board. Are you kidding me? Who took it off? I didn't. Come on, we didn't have this. Well, no wonder it's killing the ISL. Or killing other stuff on the board. That's critical and it's not on the board. Why? Come on. Now, I don't even think I have a compatible replacement for that, so I'll have to order it from Mauser. Who took it off the board? Come on, you know, don't take stuff off and then send it to me. You know, at least put it back on what you took off, but oh well. Well, great. Now I gotta find a compatible replacement for that. I'm with ET ate it. ET probably ate it. It probably took it off the board. Okay. Let's Google this part number. Let's look and see if we have anything else missing. So we have this other critical transistor. It is Q6971. Q6971. And please don't be stolen. Please stay on the board. You know, I think a lot of this board is... Oh, boy. R6970 and R6971. Why does this have so many components missing? Come on. Why did you take off all those components in the DCN area? This whole area is missing. Why me? Okay, so we're missing Q6970, we're missing Q6971, we're missing R6971, we're missing R6970, we're probably missing R6972. Let's look. How are these all missing? This has to be noticed up, unless it was all corroded and someone just wiped it out. U6970. That's pretty important. U6970. And it's gone too. Come on. Why? Why? Please do not steal stuff off the board and then send it to me. These are not donor boards. Please, I don't know the full story on this board. I don't know if the schematic is wrong, but there are a lot of critical components missing from this board. Please do not steal stuff from boards and send it here. This is, you know... The funny thing is I put a new ISL and the fan will spin for like a minute or so and then something just goes funny in it and it dies, so... Yeah, this is gonna be a lot longer to fix this. I'll have to order a bunch of parts and I'll have to talk to the guy. This is not fair. You know why? Why me? Why me? Why do you have to send stuff to me? So back to the keyboard. Let's see, I don't even think any of my boards, they're not gonna have that. No, I do not have a donor for that exact board. So, back to the keyboard, I guess. I gotta talk to that guy. Why? It's like, I don't know exactly what the history is on that, but you never know. My schematic could be wrong for all I know, so I'm gonna talk to him real quick. I'll send him a message. It wasn't supposed to really have any previous repair attempts. That's the thing. It was supposed to be a real simple one, you know, no power on, but why steal so many components off of it? It makes no sense. Okay. If it's a donor, you know, I mean, please don't send your donor boards here. If it really is a donor board, please do not send it here. I do not want to repair your donor board. But we don't know that yet. You can never assume. You got to give people a chance. You can never assume that it's their donor board, you know, you just, um, yeah, I need to do something. With a previous repair attempt, there's going to be a minimum charge of like 50 extra for a previous repair attempt. Or no, not even 50, 75 extra. Um, and I need to do some really renovating on the website and for some new terms and conditions because this is getting old. You know, I don't want to do this when people are sending me stuff that they stolen stuff and I don't know. No, I don't think they sent the wrong board because I actually got it working, and then I went to let me test it right, and then I did the same thing where the green light flashed and it wouldn't start. It'll start without those components for like 5 minutes, but it's going to kill the ISL from the inrush. You know, you're probably sending 18 volts to something on the ISL that should not be 18 volts. I will be back. Okay, I'm back. No, they're never going to admit they worked on it, but I thought that was all no stuff, you know? It's like they're never going to be honest with you. So if anyone in chatters is really they don't know what we're talking about when we say ET was here, I'll show you guys. So that is ET for you guys that don't know. Just that I clear it unless someone thinks we're talking about just craziness. Yeah, with like if I mess something up, I'm gonna fix it. I'm not gonna say, oh, I don't want to do this, then lie about sending it somewhere. If I mess something up, you know, I'm gonna repair it. I'm not gonna lie that I didn't mess something up. We, all of us, all technicians, we all mess stuff up. You know, every single one of us here has messed stuff up. But you don't lie about it. You know, you fix what you messed up. It's simple as that. Yeah, pugs do look like ET a lot. Yeah, sure, Wayne. Makes a whole lot of sense. So you're saying that your cat does electronics repair? No, I'm too trusting of people. Like, I think that. Yeah, this guy wasn't sketchy at all, you know? Unless the customer brought it to another board repair place and they took off a lot of stuff on the board. Because it's like the whole DCM board is like gone. There's nothing there. And that's why it doesn't work. No, and I see something on the schematic that you see critical. That means that it should, it should be there. I don't know. The schematic could be wrong too. Yeah, with I don't know about undisclosed attempts, No, he messaged me right now. He said that the only thing that was removed to his knowledge was the fuse. It doesn't look, it looks like no stuff. That's how the pads, they look undisturbed. They look like no stuff. You know? So I don't know. Now, like I said, for all I know, my schematic is wrong. But all this stuff that's on the board, like, it's the, Joshua, it's a 820 3332. If Joshua, actually, if you have that board, could you send me a picture of like the where the right where the DCM board connects in that whole area? Can you send me that picture if you have it, or if anyone has that? That would just help me out a lot because I don't have that exact board here right now. I should, but I don't. No, this is the same keyboard. I just took a break. Uh, yeah, it's the same one, Cormac. What was wrong with what? The one that has everything stolen off of it? No, there was no liquid damage, random failure. Who knows? The customer could be lying too, you know? You never know. Okay. Just checking to see how the keys feel. They feel okay so far. Still have a lot of screws to go though. I'm probably gonna get off stream here shortly. Yeah, that's true. When I started, I believe it or not, I used a $10 soldering iron, and that didn't even last one job. I mean, I looked at it, I was like, oh, come on, I can no way do that with this iron. So, okay, let me go buy a Hakko. But we all learn, you know. Luckily, that only lasted, you know. It's not like I continued on it. I just. Yeah, I could do a image search on it and look at it. As far as I know, it's all that stuff is supposed to be there. You know what I mean? It should be there. I have no idea why it's not there. So, Wayne, you said you started, everything was component level repair? Yeah, the 951 is a good iron. I like it a lot. Yeah, you do need to buy the quick hot air. Through-hole soldering is a pain. Well, through-hole soldering is easy, but through-hole desoldering is not easy. Through-hole desoldering is a real pain. No, SMD soldering is, I like it. It's fairly easy to me. I'm going to end the stream here really shortly, guys. What time is it? It's 2:01. Anti-magnetic. Okay, I'll look into it. I need new tweezers anyway, so that would be nice. Almost done with this dumb thing. Only have a few more screws to go. I have 3 more screws. 4 more screws, actually. Two more screws. Last screw. Let me go get a backlight. Backlight. And let's see. Show you a nice seal around it. Looks pretty good. Good to me. Okay, well, I'm done. So, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time, whenever next time is I stream. I don't know when it'll be, so see you later for now.